everybody, welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. Today we're going to start a new show and tell video. We went to the December swap meet at the International Center in Toronto. That was okay, saw some old buddies and looked at a bunch of stuff. We didn't really buy too much, but I did get this guy, all this stuff was all stuck in this oil pan. And all I did was bend over and look at it, and the guy said, "I'll take 10 bucks for that." And I said, "Sure, buddy, I'll give you 10 bucks for that." So we got here a 340 oil pan, so that'll fit any car with a 273, 318, or 340. There's Mopar small block windage tray, and a pair of mid to late 70s small block valve covers. Judging by this decal, they're probably off a truck. No biggie. And in here is pretty much all the bolts for a small block Mopar. You can see that there. This was off a 4-barrel engine. So that's pretty cool. The only thing that's missing is the main bolts, which is sad because they've got the little dome on top to attach the windage tray to. But you know what? We got everything else. So all in all, for 10 bucks, that was a pretty good darn deal. Here's a pretty cool thing. It's a Sue X25 valve seat concentricity gauge. These would have been used back in the day when guys were changing valve seats in the old flatheads, in the block on the flathead, or in overhead valve cylinder heads. Anyway, it was a little bit messed up when we got it, but in the odd job video that would come out before this video, or maybe after it, you'll see how we got it all fixed up. Here's some more loot from the auction. We have a small t-shirt we'd like to frame and hang up. So Deb figures that this frame will be about the right size for the job. And as a bonus, it comes, I don't know how they figured this out, but it comes with a portrait of me when I'm 85. We got this old baby crib for $1. Not bad. So, because Deb decided that she wants these to make some gates for doggy gates. We always need different barriers for stuff with these two crazy dogs. So that's what those are for. This, I guess, will just get scrapped. These are the ends of it. They're probably going to end up in the burn barrel. And over there, it's a foam. It's a foam mattress that will probably get repurposed into some kind of dog bed. Here's a whole bunch of taps and dies and stuff we got for $4. But I was hoping, my little die handle, I broke it. Because it was just a piece of white metal, pot metal cast junk. But this one is much bigger. This one won't fit in the little case. But it does come with some dies. Let's see here. We got 1/4 5/16. Okay, so we got a few dies here. It wasn't a total loss. And we got some thread chasers. These are always handy to have. 3/4 course, another 3/4 course, and a 5/8 course. And you can see there's a few taps and stuff. So all in all, not bad. Even though I'm still, I guess, looking for one of these a little bit smaller. Here's a whole box of stuff that I got for 10 bucks. I don't even know what's in here, but it looked pretty good. So I'm going to empty it all out and sort it all out, and I'll be back in a sec. This is a pretty good load of stuff for 10 bucks, I'd say. Look at all these little wire, like bottle brushes or tube cleaners. We've got brass ones, steel ones. We've got some wire brushes, a bunch of steel wool. All these dust masks, carbide hacksaw blade, a bunch of these felt bumpers or table leg things. I got, this must be $50 worth of shoelaces here for 10 bucks. We got some envelopes, a bunch of pencils, paintbrushes, chainsaw files. Here's a whole selection of different cotton swabs. I'm going to attempt to get one of those in my ear later. I don't know. And this, and Deb has a long-standing thing that anything I get at the auction that she could cook something in, she cooks me something in it. So look at how many things she's got to cook me now. And in this box is the rest of it, a calculator that doesn't work, and 3 old pairs of glasses. They're probably reading glasses, but we know our optometrist, they've got a donation box there, so you put your old glasses in, so we'll make sure they get up there. Here's a load of auction loot. I got this whole flat for $2. Mostly I bought it because I wanted this. This is or at least I think it is, a Dodge pickup or van mirror from the 70s or 80s, or a aftermarket kind of replacement one. I'm going to get it off this piece of wood and we'll go hold it up against the ones on our van and see. And we'll go through all this other junk and see what we got. Like, here's the first thing I see, a broken headlight. There's the rest of it. Like there, that's a decent pot that'll hold a light on a tractor. That's okay. So what I'll do now is pick all the junk out of here and keep the good stuff and show you what we got. So that's not bad. We actually got a complete pair of trailer lights. I don't know if they're any good or not, but we got them. We got this light bezel with the retainer clips for the lens. I'll put that up. I've got a bin of tractor lights and stuff. This, I'm pretty sure, is the same as the lights on our little Ferguson out there, so we'll keep that. There's a nice little, you can use that as a tail light on a tractor. That's okay. A pair of screw-on, nice old school glass reflectors. We got a pair of rain caps. Looks like a 1.5 and a 2-inch. And a couple of seal beams. I have to test them with the meter before I decide their fate. Now I got these two things as a lot. The orange paint to me suggests Case or Alice Chalmers. The starter, I have no idea what it is, what it's for, where it's from. I might grab the solenoid off it. But this was what intrigued me. An angle drive. Anybody that screws around with Fordson Ns, Fordson Fs, or Fordson E27 Ns, you know how the magneto mounts to them. And both of the old Fordsons I have around here have both been converted to battery ignition. So I saw this, and I was curious about it. A nice little angle drive that I could maybe adapt and use on one of the Fordsons. It's got a little 4-cylinder distributor on it. So what we have to find out, because the Fordson, the mag is driven right off the crankshaft, so it's turning at crankshaft speed. So it's got a 2-to-1 gear reduction built into it. We need to determine if this is 2-to-1, which it would be if it's running off the crankshaft, or 1-to-1 if it's running off the cam. So we're going to draw a line here, right? And we know there we're lined up with the slot for the rotor. And we're just going to see what it takes to turn this baby around. Yeah, look at that. One turn, and that thing's only halfway around. So we'll go the rest of the way. Look at that. It's 2-to-1. See there? It took 2 turns of this to bring that around 1 turn. So yes, this is compatible with the Fordson. Perfect. We also got this pair of Ford air shocks. They have been used. You can see there's a line going into it, but I'd say very lightly used. So I don't know if that means they leak or somebody put them on and then put these Monroes on. Don't ask me. But there is a Ford number on the bottom, so we can maybe D4PF, so that's 1984. So we can maybe have a chance of figuring out what the heck these came off. And maybe we can use them on one of our Fords. I mean, my Galaxies, I'm pretty sure they're the same orientation, stud at the bottom and or an eyelet at the bottom and a stud at the top. So we'll have to do a little bit of research and see what we can find out, you know. Oh, look at that. Now, McCurley Mill on 211 Morris Road, West Hill, Ontario. I might have sold these things. The Monroe ones anyway. Wow. I worked there. That was my very first job. I worked in this store. I drove the parts truck and worked on the counter, and I mixed paint, and I cut brake rotors and drums. Oh, what a fun time that was at that place. Wow. That brings back memories. And here's the star of the whole day at the auction. This is a Sioux Model 645 valve grinder. I love my valve grinders. This makes 4 of them I've got now. But I just keep getting better ones. Here's a cool thing from the auction. We got this single lid truck toolbox for 20 bucks or something. What we're going to use this for is over in the paddock where we let the dogs run. We've got an old Rubbermaid tote there with some toys and stuff in it for them. But invariable in the wintertime, it gets cold, you hit it, it breaks. The thing's a disaster area. So we're going to put this over there. All I got to do is seal up here where they didn't know that you could get toolbox brackets for your back rack, so they just made a mess of it to work with the back rack. There's the back rack down there. We're going to see if what kind of truck that's for, and see if we can use it around here or horse trade it off or something. Anyway, so all I got to do is patch up these holes so vermin can't get in the thing, or hornets, and we'll be good to go. There we go. We threw a couple of Nob Hill baskets. After all these years, you could still find things to do with those, but they're getting harder and harder to find. And a couple of little totes we had kicking around, just to kind of keep the stuff separated. Here's a couple of auction buys. I got this for $1. It's like a brand new in-dash car stereo with a removable face. The one in my Kubota that I plow the snow with, it has good days and bad days. So for $1, I'll try this one in there and see if it's any better. And then this, because I was buying stuff anyway, for $2 I got this really nice old school under-dash 8-track player. You know, you can't go wrong with these things. And it is in really, really nice shape. So I'll have to get that in. I could see here the pile of car radios in the basement is starting to get larger. We may have upcoming a fooling around with car radios video. We haven't done one of those in a while. We've been to the Amazon returns auction, and I got this tote full. It's filled right to the top for, I think, $13. This didn't come with it. I already had that. But I'm going to open this thing up. Look at this. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to get this stuff spread out and we'll see what we got for 13 bucks. I mean, the tote's got to be worth 13 bucks. They've always got a couple of bins of free stuff near the door, and I always find something good in there. I got this whole bag of Boss Stitch staples. I have the machine that shoots these, so we'll grab those. And this here is a hunk of door rubber, or, you know, just universal weather stripping. But pretty sure this is the stuff that's used on the old Dodge trucks that we have. So that'll come in handy for something. Well, we're finally making a dent in this. I've found some really good stuff in here so far. I can't wait to get it and show you it all. All right, we finally got the bin empty, and you should see the kitchen table. This is what was in it. I got the bin and this for $13. It is all brand new, and it's just returns. There's hardware, there's tools, there's stuff that I don't even know what it is. These things, I use these on my equipment. I looked these up. $9 each at Princess Auto. This SKF spherical roller bearing, list price on this bearing is $195. I've got piles of stuff. This has got something to do with the manufacturer of pop cans because this was in with these things. I'm not sure what they are, but a whole pack of 3157 amber bulbs. We use these in our cars. Tools, look at this socket. That's a bloody gray socket. That socket alone is probably worth 30 bucks. Nice long drill bit. Some kind of tapered reamer. Look at this stuff. There's car parts, motorcycle parts. I've got a pile here. This is just miscellaneous hardware, nuts and bolts and screws. There's just piles and piles and piles of stuff here. This is absolutely the best thing I ever got at the auction. 2 packs of stainless steel electrodes for the stick welder. It just, I got a pile of bicycle tools. Yeah, this is just awesome. Even got a carburetor for a lawnmower. I don't think there's any numbers on it or anything, but you put it on any old lawnmower engine, it'll probably work. So that was a pretty good darn auction. And at the same auction, I got in separate lots a pack of MIG welder tips. We use those all the time around here. And a piece of precision ground flat stock. Now, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. You can cut it up and use it as parallels in your vise or on your machines. You can use it as a straight edge for checking, making sure surfaces are flat and true. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with that. It won't go to waste around here. Here's a cool thing. It's a boring head for the milling machine. This will allow us to do boring jobs on the mill. I've got one coming up. I bought this because I have to do one job, and then I'm sure down the road we'll find many jobs for it to do. It looks decent enough. It's capable of doing from really small to, well, quite large. I think like a 6-inch capacity this thing will bore, right down to like a 1/2 inch. So that's pretty cool. It's unfortunately it's graduated in millimeters, not thou. So we're going to have to learn to work to millimeters, but that's okay. No worries. Here's another cool thing. We finally got a hold down or a clamping kit for the milling machine. Up until now, I've been screwing around. I had these couple of homemade things and some hunks of threaded rod and stuff, but it's slipshod at best. So now we've got a proper kit. My hand was finally forced. I had to buy this because if I want to bore out this axle for the Oliver tractor, I need this thing clamped down good. So, well, we needed it. We got it. And I think that's going to do it for this episode of Show and Tell. We had a lot of stuff to show you. And it's taken me months to make this one. I'm not... The auctions aren't what they used to be. Plus, it was wintertime, eh? There's not too many tool and equipment auction stuff like that over the winter. But it's springtime now, so things should start perking up soon. I look forward to another Show and Tell video whenever I've got the next one ready. Probably a couple of months. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'd like to thank you for tuning into our little channel. I hope you'll come back and see us again. And until then, I'm Kevin saying so long from the Claremont Classic Garage.